Push the weight enough, fix it. Flex alive is one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm here with Stormy B, man. And my brother, George. What's good, George?
My man, Drew. How you doing, guys?
We good. Yo, Freddie. Uh-oh. Freddie.
Yo, what's up, bro?
All right. Freddie Pendleton on the line, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Fast Freddie.
Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. You already know what it is. See who's in the chat. Macadose Mac of the South, Steve L. the Mac, Jerome Truitt, OG Eric and St. Louis, salute. Jose Diaz, Dwayne Jones, my brother KG84 in that super chat heavy. Say appreciate you, fam. And I want to add to the collection plate. Much love and appreciation, fam. I appreciate you guys, man. I do this because I love it, and it's a stress relief for me. No doubt. Mark Wonderlick, Utah in the house, King Jr., Ratchet since 91. Bully, MP, what the fuck? What's good? Black Alpha, Young World, Antonio Hambrick, NYC Most Hated On, salute. Stormy, there you go. Brother Cole, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Playboy Plays, salute. Tad Lawson, salute. It's lightweight, baby. It's all lightweight. For those of you that don't know, George, let everyone know who you are.
Boxing fan. Used to work for HBO, right? I was a producer at HBO for 15 years, telling stories, going around the world, and I'm still in the game, and I'm a fan first. And when I get to talk boxing, I'm happy.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Freddie.
Yo.
You know I always want you to introduce yourself.
Fearless Freddie, you know what I'm saying? 2-time world champion. Like smacking people, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got into boxing. So, you know, I'm good. I love talking boxing.
Stormy. Let the world know.
This is Stormy B, man, the sensei. I'm out here trying to help people become enlightened with the aspects of the sport of boxing from a coach's perspective, a fan perspective, and also from an intellectual perspective.
Yes, sir. You do brilliant work at that, man. You do brilliant work. We got some other guests. I sent out the links. You know how it is. If they show, they show. If they don't, they don't. We're going to cook regardless. I guess no time like the present, man. Let's discuss. I'm just going to jump into it. Gary Russell Jr. versus Mayonnaise. I'm just going to call him Mayonnaise because we got skeeted on last night and it was all white. I don't appreciate that shit. So, Stormy, you tell me. You go ahead, bro. You go ahead. I'm pissed off, but whatever. What you saw last night?
I saw a guy that didn't earn the right to be in the ring with the world champion last night, but get handed that world champion's title with no boxing skill. In his corner, representing, supposedly training him, is a world-renowned name in the sport that gave him no positive instructions that I was able to see, since the camera was on them every stinking round in between rounds. Nothing that could put him in a position to change the action, to make an adjustment to what was being seen by both combatants in the ring. And I saw the guy walk away with a victory he did not earn. It was given to him. And it's interesting because he was in there with a guy who wasn't 100%. The guy had one arm. And with one arm, he was still able to stave off the challenge. He was still able to keep himself in a safe place, was never challenged as far as what was really wrong with him. Test the waters and say, is this guy really okay or not? Let me slap him on that arm a few times, huh? Let me punch him really hard. Let's see what's happening instead of just trying to lean your weight on the guy or bully coming forward and everything. There's no, last time I checked, there's no points scored for just coming forward.
Right.
Because you can come forward and get sliced up like cheese. Huh? And in several instances, he was sliced up like cheese. And head snapping back like a bobble doll, huh? Which means that he can't get out of the way of punches. So there's a lot of work to be done for this so-called new champion. But the former world champion seemed to be jobbed out of what was his. And there may be some underlying reasons for that as well. But at least he came out.
You know it is.
And you know, he can live to fight another day, but I really think that the deck was stacked against him, whether he would have had two arms or not in last night's performance.
True story. George, I'm gonna go to you. Same question.
And I respect your opinion, Stormy. You know, I'm not a judge. I thought that Russell lost the fight, but I thought it was close. But I was not impressed with Magsayo because he fought a guy with one arm. And it was incredible that Russell fought as well as he did with one arm. But I think the question I have is, Russell said before the fight he was hurt. In the fight, he got hurt. I think he just felt like he was going to blow past this guy, said, it doesn't matter if my shoulder's hurt. This guy's not a threat to me. And he might have made a big mistake in doing that because he had one arm. He clearly had one arm. He had no right hand. So, you know, it was a close fight, but it's funny. I don't see a big future for Magsayo. I think if Russell's healthy, he wins the fight easy. But again, I just go back to the fact that he went into the fight hurt. And I know fighters, a lot of them, no one goes into a fight 100%. But that seemed to be a serious injury. And I think it cost him. But Magsayo was not impressive at all. It's almost like he got the decision, but he didn't win the fight. So, and I don't see a big future for him, and I don't think he'll run it back, because if I was with Magsayo's people, I wouldn't run it back, because I just struggled in there with a guy with one arm and won a disputed decision. So I just wonder what this is going to do. What it's going to do for his career, because he was having a hard time getting big fights before.
Yeah,
and he's 33. Gary Russell's 33. So we'll see what the future holds. But you know,
I don't know. I could speculate, but history is gonna drive my speculation. Freddie,
yo,
you watched the fight last night?
No, I didn't catch the fight, but I can already went down. I mean, it's all about, you know what I'm saying? I've been there. I'm the only champion. I'm the one champion in the history of boxing who knocked the challenger down 4 times and lost his title. And I'm like, nobody can explain to me how you can beat me on the cards if you got knocked down 4 times and not knocked down once. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you gotta understand, boxing is crooked. It's criminal. You know what I'm saying? And people went to jail for what went down on the night that I got robbed and stuff like that. But it wasn't even about me. It was about other fights that went down on that promotion in California. And went down. If you remember, Bob Arum went down. Not Bob Arum. He got off. He got off. Yeah, but he got off. But you know who? You know who? Who? Bob Lee.
Yeah.
The promoter goes down for some. I mean, the runs the championship, the IBF. He goes down for something the promoter made a ton of money off. How is that? That's crazy. Now the promoter paid for everything, but you're gonna send the IBF president down for something that the promoter. I ain't know.
It's disgusting. I watched the fight. I didn't even want to do a video last night because, to be honest, I was just, I saw the writing on the walls. Gary hurt himself. He went into the fight injured. He broadcasted it out later that this is an injury that he's no stranger to. He's having this injury off and on since the Olympics. So it's a long injury.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, Batman said that he mentioned it before. I mean, he's had this injury before. He said it. He told us Friday when I had him on the show. He said, "Yo, man, my brother had this injury before." I said, "Okay." I watched Magsayo, whatever we call him. Shauna, what up? I see you. He looked good against people he was supposed to beat down. That's why I don't like to look at fighters' highlight reels and judge them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's a big mistake. He's a young kid. He's strong. He's cut up. He's in shape. But the most powerful picture I seen was him standing next to Manny Pacquiao with his arm around him. I said, "Oh, okay, that's where they're going. That's what they're doing." And what better time now when you look on the box rec? He has a win against Gary Russell in a fight that he was supposed to dominate. And I think it was a failure all around, in my opinion. Freddie Roach failed as a trainer. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. He was supposed to.
You're saying that about 20 years too late. Freddie Roach always been a failure as a trainer.
This guy, man, when he got Manny Pacquiao, he caught lightning in the bottle because he didn't have to do much. But I'm telling you, he's an offensive coach. For an offensive trainer that don't teach defense that I've seen, he was supposed to tell him, say, "Yo, look, man, this guy got one arm. Get in there and get rid of him. Don't fucking do it." All right, Stormy, am I wrong on any of that?
You sound good to me.
You're not wrong, man. It's just that I'm wondering when people gonna get off of Freddie Shake's jockstrap, man, because will be the first time he's ever trained somebody to do something. A lot of fighters before got him, but in the mud.
I like to ask a question. I want to know when people gonna wake up and know that these people are screwing them over with these bull crap fights. You know what I'm saying? And all these picking and choosing who can win a fight and who can't. If the average person will bull crap that they doing and act like you're crazy.
Now I don't know how the hell. Well, it goes hand in hand. Just because you coach Manny Pacquiao don't mean you got trainer of the year. I mean, I never understood that. Anyone want to explain to me what was happening in Texas? A certain had how many champions and didn't get trainer of the year? Who was that? What was going on there?
Listen, man. Listen, they didn't want to give Phil Jackson trainer of the year because he had Michael Jordan. And then Scottie Pippen developed under that umbrella. But when Dennis Rodman came to Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson earned Coach of the Year.
Damn right.
Yeah, he did.
Being able to hold that train together with glue and popsicle sticks and paper clips and everything, because everybody know that Dennis Rodman was just a wild night off of the bandwagon there. You know what I mean? So
if people still look at Reese, if you look up loose cannon, you see a picture of Dennis Rodman right there.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
That guy. That story about how he left practice and went to Vegas for a weekend, pulled the all-nighter and came back.
Dude,
you remember you heard that story?
It wasn't a weekend.
It was a weekend, right?
I watched that last week with what do they call it? That show they did, The Last Dance. They said it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be for a weekend, but it turned into a week.
But he came back and still grabbed how many boards? Unbelievable. And this is what I'm talking about. Derrick James, 2 champs, and never won trainer of the year. What are we talking about? You dig what I'm saying? So
you know,
come on.
Freddie Roach in that fight last night, it was plain to see to us watching on TV that Russell was hurt. I mean, even Magsayo said it after the fight. He said he knew he was hurt. So does that say how bad Magsayo is that he couldn't finish off a one-arm fighter, or how good Gary Russell is that he did it with one arm? I mean, I think a lot of it goes to Gary that he was able to do what he did with one arm.
Drew,
but what does it say about Magsayo that he couldn't finish off a guy with one hand?
This is Pinona.
Hey, our guest is in. Tito Cardona's in the building. Salute.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing, man?
You doing good. I got Freddie Pendleton on the line also, Tito.
All right. I stuck at doing this email stuff, so I have to call you guys.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm glad you're here.
Yep.
Yo, man. So, yeah, we were just chopping it up on the event last night. I don't know if you watched it. Did you watch it last night?
Which fight? Which fight?
Gary Russell versus Magsayo.
Oh no, I actually missed it. I actually missed the fight. How was it?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just talking. I'm just talking about my disgust with it. So we're gonna get back to that later. We're gonna put the spotlight on you. How are you doing, brother?
So far, man, I'm doing good, man. I mean, unfortunately, I'm disabled now. You know, the sport hurt me. You know, but besides that, I'm doing good. You know, I'm surviving.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here to discuss, man. I like having the classic fighters like Freddie Pendleton on, like yourself. Last week, we had Big Lou Savarese and company on here, and you know, we hold on a minute. I lost Freddie. He just called back. I'm merging the call again.
Yeah.
Okay, we all here? We all here? Freddie, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Pito, you there?
I'm here, bro.
Okay, yeah, all right. So, you know, I like having the classic fighters on so that up and coming fighters that catch my show, they can hear the real stories from you guys. You know, not everybody gets into the boxing and can be, you know, Floyd Mayweather. You know, they don't have the proper backing. You know, some of you
Floyd ain't even Floyd.
I know I know a lot of guys that train and then they have full-time jobs. I knew a fighter that was pulling up in the ranks, and right after he won his fight at Madison Square Garden, he said, "Yo, can you ride me uptown?" I said, "What's up?" He said, "I got to be to work in like an hour." I said, "Damn!" And he going to work with a sole eye.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
So this is real stuff, and a lot of you guys, you have. I know you have a lot of good stories, but you have a lot of war stories, not necessarily in the ring, but with management, with managers, with promoters, with trainers, with camps. You know, you get a $100,000 paycheck, but then your trainer get $50,000. The water boy gets what? Whatever amount of money. By the time you're done with $100,000,
the water boy get lucky with $500. If you work in my corner and you're a water boy, you get five. If I'm working big money, I can probably give $1,500.
Well, a lot of you guys
I don't give you no big money.
After a six-figure payday, by the time you get paid, after you're done paying everybody, you'll be lucky to walk away with $10,000, depending on how the paperwork is drawn up.
That's what I'm saying. It all depends on that contract.
Well, it depends on it. So Pito, let everyone know who you are again, and then we're gonna bring everybody up to speed because I think your story is very important.
Yes. Well, you know, obviously, my name is Israel Pito Cardona. You know, I'm a former USBA, NABF, and the IBO champion. And unfortunately, I'm disabled now. You know, the sport, you know, put me on disability. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't the only one.
Now, I know.
No, I'm just saying, I'm there too.
Yeah, we all, you know, we love the sport and we don't think about our health doing the sport into the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right there. I'm right with you. You saying that's exactly what it is.
I mean, like we don't care what can happen at the end, and that's where I'm at right now. Where I don't work. I can't work or drive anymore. I'm pretty much disabled, and I'm doing okay though.
Yeah, I have playing in the background as you're on the phone. When you fought Paulie Spadafora, have that running in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, that was on ESPN. I remember that.
Yeah, man, and that's a bullshit. And like I said, to this day, I'm still gonna say it. They did not take it. They did not do a drug test for that fight. I know he was juiced up. That's why he shot his girlfriend or something like that. But hey, that's past. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, we had Paul on the show before. He totally admits, to a lot of things. Let's just say that. Paul admits to a lot of things, and he stands up for it now. But man, this is like the what I call the shade of gray side. I don't want to call it the dark side, but it's a shade of gray side in the sport, man. And more people need to hear you guys' stories, man.
Hey, Pito and Freddie. I have a question for you guys. You talked about how you're suffering now from boxing. Have the organizations ever done anything for you guys as far as your health, your finances, anything since you finished boxing?
I think once they had California had some money they had put away for me for when I retire. They gave me that money, and that was about it.
Yep. And my side, not a dime.
Oh, man.
I mean, I have my friend. He's a coach for my gym, John Scully.
I know Scully.
You know him?
John is a good dude.
Yes.
Yeah, I know John.
John Scully has helped me. He usually has if I need some extra money to pay the rent or whatever, and I can always call him and like, hey, I need this, I need that, and he looks up for that.
Can I ask you a question?
He wants to try to do that,
Can I ask you a question, bro? Have you fought in California?
Nope.
You fought in California?
Wait. I think I did it. Maybe I got dementia, man.
California.
If you fought any time in California, they took a part of your money.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to give it back to you when you retire. They're supposed to give it back to you when you need.
Yeah, Reggie Johnson said that. You know what they did with Reggie Johnson? Reggie Johnson was like, what was it, Trick? He was like 11 rounds short.
No, I think it was 2 rounds short.
2 rounds short of a pension.
It was 2 rounds short.
Oh God, that's ridiculous.
What's he gonna do? Come back out of retirement at 55 years old?
You fight 2 rounds, right?
For 2 fucking rounds? You gotta be kidding me.
I know,
man.
right?
This is ridiculous.
I don't know if I fought in. I don't think I fought in California. I did. I think I did train there.
Because I had some money in California when I retired, and they gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? So that came in handy because I was getting divorced, so I had to. You know what I'm saying? That money came in handy. I gave up $2 to get the hell out of my face.
We had Angel Man Freddie on. Like, what was that? Last year, right?
I know him.
And
about a year ago.
Man, I haven't been more depressed when I ended a stream in my life. Because that is not the man I grew up watching on TV. And when I tell you I hate to see that, I can't stand that. So on one hand, I understand the fighters today getting all that they can because let's be honest, one punch could change everything in your life.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Oh yeah.
All right, Angel Man Freddie's eye, was it left eye? It wasn't even moving. And I said, "Oh shit." I mean, if anyone needs to be sitting on a bed of at least $2 million, it's him. This man has entertained me over the years. He's been in wars over the years. And for me to watch him, it literally brought tears to my eyes.
You know who fighting against giving fighters money? If they need it when they retire? All the promoters. Ain't nobody out there saying we should put a fund up so when fighters get out the game and they really messed up, they'll have something. They'll have something on the side that'll take care of them. They don't give a damn.
Boxers Union would be so beneficial.
Yeah.
But when you got
they won't let it
individual
get started.
fighters, when you got
They've been
individual
trying to
fighters
do that.
making millions of dollars, they're going against their own best interest.
Yeah, but you know who's killing who's really killing that effort is the promoters. They don't want it.
Yeah.
They'll be out of
They
business.
making too much money. What they doing now? They don't want that.
Crazy.
But guess what? The right promoter,
And
though.
all the millions of dollars they making, that's pennies compared to the $1 million they making.
I know.
That means they don't want to give you $1 out of all the money that they make. It's ridiculous.
The promoters and
I'm
the
gonna tell you one
organizations
thing about
all make so much
promoters.
money.
They do.
They make so much
I'm gonna
money
tell you-
and nothing is put aside for fighters. And I've never understood it. I've never understood it. I guess it's just greed. And, you know, Drew, when you said Angelo Manfredi is suffering, I've seen it too with fighters. Everyone here's seen it too. And I know they know the risks. A fighter knows the risk going into the game, but to not have any kind of help because, again, there's no pension, there's nothing, there's no health insurance, there's nothing for you guys, Freddie, and there's nothing. So I don't know if nothing's been done now. It's 2022. I don't know when something is going to happen.
I don't think I don't know if it ever will because
It probably won't.
And here it is. I'm like I had 79 pro fights.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been telling people how fighters end up really messed up. A bunch of my friends are really messed up. And then I walked into Riddick Bowe at one of the award ceremonies. I was getting an award, and he was a mess.
Yeah.
I heard.
He can barely talk. He can barely stand.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And this is so much of a game to certain people. They're about to put him in the ring against Lamar Odom.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. That's one thing about the sport. They forget about the fighters that entertain everybody after they retire. They forget about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
all the stuff you did don't mean nothing because they can't make money off you no more.
Exactly.
Well, I want to go around the panel. I'm gonna start with Stormy. What could be done to change that overall?
Well, you can rewrite. You can rewrite responsibility and accountability from the promoter across the board for the sport of boxing. Because notice how, and it's unfortunate because we have guys like Mr. Cardona and we have Freddie who have had stellar careers, but they didn't have those purses that are being bantied about now.
Right.
But when a promoter can put a match on and pay certain individuals $40 million, you're telling me you're shitting on every other fighter in the sport that you promote and can't take care of them. Because if you can pull $40 million out for a guy that you say is the face of boxing for his next bout, 1 million of insurance going across fighters who fight on your card will take care of business. And it's not out the fighter's pocket. It's not out the fighter's pocket because you can find $40 million to pay one individual. That means that you have left all the other guys with nothing. And when I say nothing, I'm not talking about their purses. I'm talking about them being cared for.
Right.
You see, I talk about it on my show all the time, where we see a difference with like UK broadcast and US broadcast. When a guy gets knocked out in a UK broadcast, even if he's not knocked out, if there's a TKO stoppage or something, they got oxygen in the corner. They're looking at the guy medically. They got paramedics ready to take them into an ambulance if necessary. But it's all there, every single card. Over here,
You
when a
ain't
guy
charged
gets
for it.
knocked out, when a guy gets knocked out, he's on the canvas in distress, and you got about 9 people standing over him with rubber gloves on, touching on him and everything, but not administering any assistance whatsoever.
That's
Who the hell are those 9 guys standing around a fighter in distress? Where is the oxygen? Where are the paramedics? Where are the doctors? The real doctors. There's a reason why the sport is in and out of the gutter. There's a reason why. But until people stand up and say, hey, no more of the BS, okay? Let's take care of business. But it starts with these freaking promoters. It starts with them. Because like I said, think about this. Step back for one moment and think about what I said. If they can find multi-millions of dollars to put on an event for one guy, they are telling you what they're keeping from everybody else.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. George, I'm going to go to you. What you got on that?
I agree with everything Stormy said, and you got the greed from the promoters, and Drew, we talked about this last week. The organizations, they all charge a sanctioning fee. They charge guys like Freddie Pendleton when they're defending their title. They have to pay a sanctioning fee. They keep adding belts and adding champions because they're making money. I would love to see their books. I'm not a business guy, but I'm sure that all these organizations have made enormous amounts of money over the years. So, Stormy, you touched on the promoters. They should be hand in hand with these organizations. Something has to. You're not going to tell me they don't make a profit. That the BO, the BC, that they don't make a profit. They make a profit every single year, and not one percentage of that money that's coming in goes to fighters that used to be champions or used to be fighters or need help. None of that money. If it does, I haven't heard about it. So you touch on the promoters and the organizations, but there's so much greed. They all want money and they don't want to help fighters in need. And what can you say except it's just greed? It's just, what else could it be except greed?
Yeah.
We don't get no money from, they show our fights on YouTube, ESPN, all over the place, and we don't get no money from that.
No points, nothing.
Nothing.
How much money did Ray Leonard and Hagler and Hearns get whenever they re-aired the anniversary of their fights? Did they get?
They got big money because when they had their deal, they got the big money because they had the deal signed. So when they defend the title, or how many, like it goes like this: when you win a championship, you get 3 fights that you got to have before they start paying you that money that comes in when the whole count is made up. All around the world, when they count up the money they made all around the world, then you get a piece of that. But you don't get that till after your second or third defense of your title. So sometimes, like they did me, I was on my 3rd defense and they just stole my title.
Trick.
Knocked the guy down four times and
they rob you. Ridiculous. Trick Noty, what you got on this, bro? What you think?
Yeah, I agree with everything Stormy said, and also with George. It's horrible. Just talking with Reggie Johnson, he was telling me about Everett Brickfoot Martin, and the guy he's missing a leg. He's got one of his legs amputated, and none of the promoters, I think Bob Arum had promoted him at one point in time. Bob Arum has never even reached out to the guy to even try to, hey man, you doing all right, man? You need $5, you need $10, and that's sad. When you were going back with Angel Man, we had Angel Man Freddie on. You right about this. I got a screenshot that I took with us on the panel, and it's like you see that, and it's like, oh my gosh, man, and like my thing is like and I was said this a while back, like you got some fighters that are retired now, like Michael Nunn, Chris Bird, Kevin Kelly. I mean, them guys can replace that whole commentating table they got on Fox News. I mean, Fox
They
Sports.
sure can.
I'll get rid of all three of them. I mean, no shade at Lennox, but I feel that them three guys can do the job a whole lot better. You know. Also, don't they do something like I think they do. My cousin, he was like in the Iraq War or something, and he had PSTD so bad they put him in some kind of home. You know what I'm saying? So I think what they should do is do something like that for retired boxers. You know, if their families don't want to take care of them, put them like in a kind of home or something where people can take care of them and stuff like that. You know.
In my opinion, you're absolutely right. Let me say this: guys like Angel, who told us on the show, he has to get his brain shocked like every other day or something. He has to go to the hospital, have something done. Guys like Beto, that's on the phone. Who else that I listened to? He sounded real bad. Well, all of these brothers, man. And when I say brothers, I mean everybody, because boxing is a sport. It's an alumni. It is a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood.
I can tell you.
And what they need to do. Hold on, Freddie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna hold back.
Hold on. What needs to be done is, you're absolutely right. They need to have free medical care. If there is so much money in this sport, it is nothing to take $10 million and devote it towards healthcare for what these fighters need.
Right.
You know, some place where you can just go and say, look, I got something going on with my brain. Let me go ahead and get looked at. You ain't got to pay a dime for the doctor. All right. Put up, I don't know, like a home somewhere, like a resort. Send the athlete there. You know, they can have like a nursing home or something, because a lot of these guys are suffering. The last thing these athletes, after producing $1 million fights, strong 6-figure fights, the last thing that you guys should be worried about is where your next meal's coming from, and where your medical attention's coming from. Especially if you put, it's not like you just made $500 on a fight. You've helped build the wealth of guys like Bob Arum, guys like Don King. You've helped them generate a generational wealth. The least they can do is give back to you. Now, go ahead. What you were saying, Freddie?
No, I'm just saying that, you know, the fights I've been in, I mean, I've been in wars. I've been in big wars. And you know, when you get out, you know, like I get headaches, you know, and stuff like that. And it ain't no joke. Sometimes the headache can put you down for a week. Sometimes put you down for 2 days. Yeah. And, you know, it's like, you know, you dealt with that. I dealt with all this. I knew what could happen, but I had to help my family.
Yeah.
So I had to do what I had to do, you know, and I did well, and I don't regret nothing. You know what I'm saying? I still wish I can get back in there and throw some bombs now, but you know.
Me too.
you know, when it's time, you got to get out of there, boy. It's just time.
Well, let me ask this. Well, let me say this. One of the most aggravating things that I read about was the situation with Jermaine Taylor. And people made fun of it when he kept making the news and he kept with this erratic behavior. I said, listen, man, that man needs some help. There's something else going on. Lo and behold, you know, when they putting up mug shots of him and it became a joke, this is not funny. This is not funny. The man mentally had a collapse. You know, boxing is a thankless sport. When you're on top, they love you. One loss. I'll never forget what I read with Marivala Martinez, when Sergio Martinez lost. He said when he knocked out Paul Williams, he had to cut his phone off. He was getting so many calls. When he got knocked out, when he got stopped by Miguel Cotto, the only person that called him was his mother. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, God damn, man. You understand? So this is the sport. When you on top, you got friends coming from all directions. When you have one loss, where your friends go? Where your friends go?
You know, that's what tripped me out is I've had a better experience than that. Only people that really, a few people that really came at me and was talking crap was people in boxing, you know, people in boxing that really didn't like the fact that I beat somebody that was their fighter, or I knocked out somebody that was a friend of theirs. That's the only kind of hate that I get, but I really don't get too much hate out of the game. And, you know, other people, that have been, helping and looking out for me. So I've been lucky. That's not the norm.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I mean, it's a thankless sport, man. It's a thankless sport.
Hey, I got
What?
Hey, I got a question for Israel. One of the cherry picks gone wrong that nobody really talk about is when you fought Alvin Robinson, and I remember Alvin Robinson had just fought for the world title to Philip Holiday, and they were making excuses why he didn't win the fight. But it was a close fight. But then they were trying to put him back on top, so they put him in there with you because they thought he's gonna go in and give you a boxing lesson. Can you let everybody know how that fight went? Look at
Yep. It was they underestimated me.
Yeah, well, that's Philly for us. We do that.
and it happens to all of us. We all get to the point where we get cocky and then we think we can beat anybody, and you know what though? Ivan Robinson came back harder. That loss, he lost to me. That made him who he is today, man. If I didn't beat him, he would not have done what he did with Gotti.
Yes.
He would not make that. He would not make 2 fights of the year in a row if I didn't beat him.
Fight of the decade. It was one of the fights of the decade.
Helped him out.
that woke him up. Like he probably was like, "Oh, I gotta get okay. I gotta get back."
Man, I was dreaming of fighting Gotti, and he wouldn't fight me.
Remember, I was listen. I wish I still have it. I had a signed contract to fight Gotti, and they backed out at the last minute.
That's all I don't understand. They allow, you ain't supposed to be able to back out of a fight when you sign the contract.
Well, I kind of got screwed on that one because I never really signed it. My ex-manager said, "Don't worry about it. I signed the contract. It's all set. We all fighting. Fight's gonna be on, I think on Showtime or something like that." I got out of work. I stopped working full time, and I was just training. Next thing you know, he pulls out, and I'm thinking, well, I got a contract, so I got to get paid, right? Because you break the contract, you got to get paid, right? Well, guess what? They don't have a contract. What do you mean they don't have a contract? It was on Showtime or HBO, and it was advertised that I was going to fight them and all that. Somebody screwed me right there. But that's boxing for you. That's one thing about the sport. It depends who you have that's doing your work. They can screw you. They screwed me on that one.
Yeah, it's bad business. I also right now I'm gonna pull up this picture of Rafael Benitez, right? I have it up here, man, and look at this shit. This is him
heartbreaking.
Now.
It's heartbreaking.
It's him now. This is him now.
Yeah,
it is unfair. He should not have to be paying. He shouldn't have to be paying for anything.
Guess what? Right now, what I know of,
Lord, I can't look at that. I can't look at that. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
And they don't give a damn. It's like once you finish doing what you do, they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about you when you fighting. As long as you bring in that money,
yeah.
Soon as that money's gone, they don't even care about you. You don't even get a call.
I know. You guys know who Arnie Rosenthal is? Someone's asking me to ask you that.
I don't know.
I heard the name, but I forgot.
They would just ask me to ask you that. But yeah, this is sad, man. That's sad, man. Benitez is an all-time great, man.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And
the funny thing about Benitez, he was like a defensive master too when he was young. He was a guy that he evaded punches. He had a radar, yet he still took some punishment later in his career, and he ended up the way he did. So he wasn't an Arturo Gatti. He was an immensely skilled fighter.
Yes. It's strange, man, because you hear it. Salute to Chris Bird. You know, it's like, wow, you know, we've seen him get touched, you know, the Ike Abiabuchi thing,
Right.
but he barely got touched like that. And it's like, what did that? I can only think it was the gym. The gym wars did that rather than the actual. But he's doing fine. He's speaking a lot better. Jeremy Williams, he had to, you know, get some speech classes. Who else? Like we said, Riddick Bowe, James Toney sounds, you know.
Pink Thomas was terrible.
Oh, yeah. And one thing about James Toney, from what I was told, when he walks, one of his steps are off. I don't know if it's the left leg giving out to the right leg or the right leg to the left, but he walks, it's one of his steps are off. And let me say this about fighters. You know, we talk about Jermaine Taylor. I know y'all remember this cat named James Butler. They call him the Harlem Hammer.
The Harlem Hammer, yeah.
Well, you know, I think something started with him when he lost to that guy Richard the Alien Grant. It was on ESPN. He hit him with the you know, without the glove and stuff, and he took him to jail.
Yeah.
He ended up killing Max Kellerman's brother.
He killed his brother. Yep.
Yeah. So it goes far with that, man. I don't know if it was a brain injury or something or whatever what happened with him, but that's what ended up happening to the guy, man. He's in prison right now. He's not getting out.
Yeah, it was weird because after I was watching, that was on Friday Night Fights.
Yeah, watching the live.
And I forgot who he fought, but he threw everything at him but the kitchen sink, couldn't touch him. And the only punch that did land was with his bare hand.
Right.
Yep.
And he got arrested. They were on a talk show about a year later, and he was apologetic. And I said, okay, look like he turned his life around. Then I'm reading he killed Max Kellerman's brother.
Burned him up.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was related to something going on in his brain, or I don't know. But something got to be done, man. And Jermaine Taylor was running around pulling out guns on people. I said, man, stop making fun of him. Get that man some help.
Yeah.
It's not funny, man. He got knocked out. Last time I saw him, he got knocked out bad in the, what was it, the Super Six? It was the Super Six.
Arthur
Abraham stretched him. His arms was in the air and shit. I said, oh, man. And he was winning that fight until that happened.
He was.
Ridiculous, man. But, I mean, come on, man. Get the man some help. Stop clowning him. I don't know what he's doing now. Shit ain't funny, man.
Yeah, I see Dwayne Jones put in there about Terry Norris's speech. I've been speaking with Terry Norris on Instagram. He wants to talk. So I'm trying to get him to the show.
So we definitely gonna get Terry Norris in the house. I'm a
terrible Terry.
Yes.
Yep. Terry, he told Sugar Ray go have a seat, man. It's my time now. He said go have a seat.
Norris, an underrated fighter.
Sugar Ray should have known that from Jump Street. He know damn well he wasn't young enough to be in there with that boy.
He had that ego though, you know.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm Sugar."
We all do. You think I wanted to quit? Shit, I wanted to fight till I couldn't walk no more.
Man, you want to fight right now? You want to fight right now?
If I could, I'll smack the shit out of somebody right now and put the gloves on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I love boxing, but it's like, you know, you got to realize at one point that it's time to get out. Yep. And I was still doing well. I could still beat some of the top fighters. But I said, I've been blessed to get out of this game with my brains, at least part of them anyway. I'm not gonna push it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had, you know, you got 79 fights. That's a lot of fights. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't, they were all pros. I only had 6 amateur fights. So all the rest of them were pro. So I'm like, you know, everybody looking at me like, you know, how you turn pro and you only had 6 fights? I said, yeah, that was the rules back then. They said you ain't need no certain amount. The certain amount of fights you needed was 6. Period.
I had 2 fights. Now.
Wow. I didn't expect nobody to beat me out, but wow, that's something else.
I had 2 fights. I was 2-0 as an amateur.
Yeah, well, you was better than me because I was 2-3.
Oh, I was 2-0. I'm undefeated on my amateur record. 2-0.
Shit, I didn't even go undefeated until I was 3-2.
How was the European system when you guys was active? Did y'all like pay it any mind, or was it like a non-threat to you guys when you guys was coming up?
Ooh, the European system
Yeah.
was crazy. I mean, you get over there, it's totally different. But it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not that bad. The rules are slightly different. But you know, it wasn't too bad. When I went over there, I fought. I knocked 2 guys out and I lost. And when I went down the final time I went there, I fought and I defended this title I had. And they tried to steal a fight from me. And then my manager was the co-promoter, so he went and said, "Y'all ain't gonna pull that kind of crap." So they changed it and made it a draw.
Right.
So
horrible.
I'm like, first they announce there's a loss, then they come back and say, "Oh, we made a mistake." I ain't never heard nothing like that happen in boxing. We made a mistake. It's not a loss, it's a draw. And I was like my promoter said, how you pull that one?
So let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask you this. At this point, there's more money in boxing than I've ever seen, right? How much money to even get something like, I think what we're talking about pretty much is either a boxer's pension or a boxer's union. A union will get destroyed by the promoters. They'll never allow that shit to happen. But a pension is non-threatening. A pension by the fighters is non-threatening. How much do you think?
By the fighters?
But yeah, if the fighters get together and say, "Yo, look, it's not a union, but what this is a pension. We're gonna put something together so every fighter will have something. They ain't got to worry about health care."
Yeah, but I'm saying, you take it out, you take a percentage of their money and put in that thing? Or how does that work?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you guys. You guys are the pros. I don't know shit.
I mean, if you're gonna start a pension, it would have to come from, you know, the earnings of the whole promotion. You have to start a pension where some of that money is shaved off and put into a pension.
Well, it should come from both the actual promoter, but also the fighter.
Nah, most time if you got a pension, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes they take from the fighters. Sometimes they have a pension for us. Is like certain things have pension plans in it. Like when you work at a job, they got a pension plan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with boxing, you know. And but they could start it, but they haven't done. They have an actual pension in California. That's the only state.
Wow.
They take part of your money and put it away.
Well, no one else does that.
No one else does that. But I'm saying, like, okay, all 50 states do different things. But I'm talking about.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you see,
they've been trying to actually unify that pension, but none of the other states want to go for it.
You know what would change that though? An overall governing body. But what happens with that is you get rid of the WBC, the WBO, the IBF. You get rid of all of that because now they got to answer to one governing body. Everyone gets drug tested a certain way, and you got to abide by certain rules. And everyone has to. Once you, in my opinion, I feel once a fighter makes a strong double figures, let's say the fighter makes $15,000 his first time, now he starts to pay into that pension. You understand what I'm saying? Something like that.
Right.
Let me say this.
That's what the deal is.
Go ahead.
That's what the deal is up in California. You have to make a certain amount of money for them to take out from the pension, to put into the pension.
I think the governing bodies, they're scared of that. And as long as it's organized confusion, they're in the driver's seat. Which is why this shit going on with the WBC and how the WBO could have racist judges in there, robbing people. Mike Fox, his opponent got to the ring with skin gloves. They got to the ring. Do you remember? Mike Fox's opponent got to the ring with skin gloves. The ref said, "Who signed off on these?" Someone from the sanctioning body. Someone signed off on it. From the commission signed off on it. The fight should have been called right there. And they didn't cheat him with the equipment. They cheated him on the cards.
It should have been a lawsuit right there because if them gloves made into the ring, somebody's at fault for that.
I got the letter,
and it should have been a lawsuit.
They questioned it. They petitioned it to at least be ruled a no contest. And the WBO got back to him and said, "We found no wrongdoing." I'm sorry, the WBA.
Hell no.
WBA said we had found no wrongdoing.
They should have filed a lawsuit.
We've investigated ourselves. We found no wrongdoing.
I got a question. Where's Oscar Rivas at?
So you take it to court and you sue him. That's the only way you can remedy that.
But these guys, they're not millionaires. That's another problem.
Who's not millionaire?
This is crazy.
Who's not millionaire?
Mike Fox, he's not a millionaire. I think he has a day job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You mean as far as suing them?
Yeah,
that ain't gonna be a problem. You ain't gotta be rich. As long as the person knows that they're gonna make the money in the end, you can get that done.
But he got a letter say the WBA stated that we've investigated ourselves. There's no wrongdoing.
That's why I'm saying get a lawyer. An outside lawyer will come in. He know he's gonna get paid because if you're in the right, there's no way in the world they're not gonna have to pay you. So all they gotta do is file a lawsuit and you sue them. And I seen it. Whichcomb did the same thing to Don King. What's this guy's name? Is heavyweight. Heavyweight from Philly. Tim Witherspoon. You see how much money he got from Don King? What's his name? The other one, Tyson. It's a bunch of fighters that sued Don King and got paid because Don King tried to say he ain't paying them a certain amount of money that he owed them, and they took him to court and got it.
Reggie sued him also. Reggie Johnson sued him also.
They were screwing him over, stealing money from him, and he went to court and got millions of dollars for it.
That's a gamble for some of these guys, man. I mean, this is a machine they're up against.
I know, but that's the best thing to do is take them to court because it exposes them and what they're doing, and more people see who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And that makes it better for you. Like if somebody else come in, that's the whole thing. Everybody's scared to go after him. Go after him.
Yeah.
You got to do it. If you don't show what's going on, it ain't never going to change.
Isn't it crazy that we all know about this corruption and smart people that are there are some smart people in the media, people around boxing. There's a lot of smart people that know this corruption is happening. It's been happening since boxing started. And still, we're still talking about the same things now. And nothing's being done. And we're specifically talking about helping the fighters, helping you guys.
I can tell you one of the reasons why. It's because people like Floyd Mayweather, who came up in the game, knows about all the dirt that goes on, and he don't give a damn. It's not his problem. Well, you know what I'm saying? And now he's trying to work off the same damn thing that they doing.
He's rich right now, so why would he say something?
He don't care. He's making millions of dollars.
Yep.
So why would he say anything?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, you sit back and look back. You see one of his fighters leaving him now.
Yeah.
Did I hear something?
Giovanni Davis is out.
Giovanni Davis.
Yo, I just
Gervonta
learned about that today. What happened with that?
Yeah. This one.
Talk to me.
Tell me what happened. I was reading that the other day. Giovanni was out. He talking to Top Rank right now.
Oh, shoot.
Tell me about
it. So wait, hold on. That's breaking news because I didn't know about that at all today. You're telling me that Gervonta Davis is leaving Floyd and he's talking to Top Rank right now?
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, tell me about it. That ain't who he's going to sign with, really. I'm going to tell you right now. You don't want to bother with Top Rank.
Especially now.
Boy, better than them, I guarantee you.
Bro.
Unless they offer him something on paper and he know you're going to get it, I wouldn't deal with them clowns. Is Top Rank going to try to screw you? I had to walk out of a contract with them, you know what I'm saying? Because after I lost, as they sold my title, they wanted to throw me BS fights. So I told them where to go.
George, do you remember when Freddie fought Felix Trinidad?
Yes.
Do you remember how that fight ended?
I know that Tito knocked him out. I don't remember the specifics.
I'm about to No, I'm gonna show you. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. And I'm not gonna say nothing. I just want you to look at it and just tell me what you see. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna play the. I think this is a good place to start right here. I'm gonna play it for you, and I want you. I love doing this because this is. Just tell me what you see, George. Just tell me what you see. All right, this is Freddie. He was styling on Tito. I remember watching this live. There goes a right hand. He rolled it.
Yep, he rolled.
He's in the pocket. Miss. Everything looked good, right? What happened? What just happened?
Did you get thumbed?
Look at his face.
I wish he was.
Oh
there.
my God.
Now, Freddie, tell George what happened.
Now I remember that.
My corner drugged me.
Wow. I swear to God.
They put something on my nose. All you gotta do, once you look at the corner, when they talking to me, he shoves something on my nose, and you see me swing at him, swing his hand and smack his hand away. So what the hell you putting on my nose? I don't need nothing with that. You crazy? I ain't bleeding.
Did you take a post-fight drug test? Do you remember?
Nope.
Freddie?
I went
Did
to
you
the
take a
doctor
post-fight?
said what was high was it's something that like when you get hurt, they say this thing kicks in to kind of it's like adrenaline. They shot me up with it. They put adrenaline up my nose, and it caused me to cause my head to act up, and that's why I couldn't continue. I guess that's why I got dizzy. They said your body already produces adrenaline. He said he could have killed you. That's what the doctor told me. Because you can't give nobody adrenaline. Your body produces it on its own.
So it won't show up in the drug test after the fight at all?
No, because your body produces it.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
you ain't gonna find it. And that's why he did it. And then after the fight, because he knew I was gonna fire him after the fight. So after the fight, he said he went out there and said, I don't know what happened. He tried to make it look like I took a dive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one. He was doing good, and then all of a sudden he just goes down. I don't know I don't know why he did that.
Now, how much you got paid for that? How much did your trainer get paid for that fight?
From what I know, all I know is after the fight, he got the 10% from me. And when I found out that he got $250,000, he bought a house for $250,000. I didn't even make that kind of money for the fight. I made that much money, but he only got 5%. So how can he afford a $250,000 house? You couldn't afford it no other time. So
I remember
I knew what the deal was.
I was watching that fight at a relative's house, and you couldn't tell me you didn't throw that fight. I said, nah.
Yeah, I know. Everybody said that. And he went out there and pushed it. Right after the fight, he went out there and said, I don't know what happened. I don't know why he went down. He was winning the fight.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I knew what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you watch in the corner, you see him stick something on my nose, and I smack his hand away. Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell are you putting on my nose?
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't no blood on me. He said that my nose was bleeding. I was like, ain't no blood on me. What the hell are you talking about? He got me out of there. And I was so pissed. I was trying to kill that nigga.
This is a savage ass game.
It's savage, and nothing about it surprises me. Drew, I know you talked about Fury and the gloves and were they loaded. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't shock me if proof came out. It wouldn't shock me. Anything. I mean, if you know boxing, you could hear about loaded gloves, about drugs. Exactly. It wouldn't shock me if all of that was true. So because we know how dirty the sport is, and
this sport is really bad.
Dirty. It's a horrible sport in a lot of ways.
It's just as bad as it is beautiful. I mean, when the sport is at its best,
100%
it's a
right.
beautiful sport. But
it is.
It's just so much corruption
But you guys are beautiful about the sport. The fighters,
Mhm.
that's the beauty of the sport. And your stories, that's the beauty of the sport. All this other shit, and that's the ugliness and the brutality and the dirt of the sport.
Mhm.
Freddie, you
And
and
the thing
Pito
is, it's
are the
in
beauties of the
every
sport.
single sport. Every single sport, you have the manager stealing, and everybody who's running the deal are stealing all the money, and the people who are doing the work are getting screwed.
Yeah.
And
You
what
see,
you about to
it's going
say?
same shit they're going to do with football.
What you about to say, Ant?
Well, two things. George, kind of what I shared with you the other day. Remember?
Yes.
And I got a question for Freddie and Pito. We hear a lot of crooked stories about promoters and managers, but nobody talks about Butch Lewis. What would y'all have any know anybody that?
Oh, believe me, I got stories with him.
Oh, go ahead, because I always want to know about Butch Lewis.
Michael Spinks.
Oh shit! Go ahead, spill it. Let's hear it. Go ahead, Pito.
Well, I don't know too much about him, so.
Freddie, Butch Lewis.
Well, Butch Lewis, I really didn't work with him too much, but I'm gonna explain to you. In those days, everybody was skinny, everybody, and he wasn't no different than anybody else. I heard stories about him. You know what I'm saying? I can't put nothing out there, but I know I heard a lot of stories about him and stuff he would do. And he asked to he was interested in signing me too. Him, Luduva, and I wasn't going with Luduva at all. I didn't like that. He was just too short. Everybody said, "What the hell that got to do with anything?" I said, "No, it's just me, a pet peeve." You know what I'm saying? Too short. Can't put him in my corner.
George, what you know about Butch Lewis?
I do know what's documented about him, about what he did to Michael Spinks, who should have been Michael Spinks should have been set for life, especially after his last fight with Tyson. He made over $10 million, I believe, and Butch Lewis. I mean, if you believe what you read, it's bad the way he just literally stole from Michael Spinks, who had complete trust in Butch Lewis. I mean, Michael Spinks, they were like brothers.
Wow.
And he trusted Spinks. Spinks trusted Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently his money was like commingled or intermingled with Spinks's money. And it's wrong. I mean, he robbed him. It's been done to other fighters, but Michael Spinks should be set for life. And I don't know if there was a settlement with the because Butch Lewis passed, but again, it's not shocking. It's sad, but it's not shocking.
Yeah, tell me.
Nah, man.
See, but the thing is, when you got guys like Floyd, they come in the game, they learn the game, they see how it goes, and they don't say, "Damn this, I'm gonna do the right thing and make sure the fighters get treated right." If they did that, they would get all the fights. Everybody would go to them because they're the one doing right. They're the one paying the money, so they would make all the money. You know what I'm saying? See, these criminals ain't gonna change who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna take somebody with balls enough to come in there and say, "I'm gonna do the right thing by these fighters and make sure they get out of the game as whole as they possibly can, and not be dead broke or walking the streets." You know what I'm saying? Living out on in cold weather and stuff like that. It's gotta be somebody who wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of these guys see the money and say, "Screw the damn fight." Let him walk the street. I don't give a shit. I can put my family, my grandkids, all of them have tons of money off these clowns. And what are they gonna do anyway? Run around robbing and murdering each other. You know how we get that reputation for being bad people.
Yeah, I know.
And they use that to abuse the system. And then motherfuckers say, "Shit, most of the people fighting boxers black anyway. I don't give a shit."
I got a question.
And just let them do what they want.
In the chat, my brother Dwayne Jones, he's asking, didn't Emmanuel Stewart get Hearns money and pay Hearns living expenses after Stewart's death? That may have been a problem. I'm not educated about that at all. I have access to somebody in Hearns' camp. I got to call him. But I did see Tommy Hearns in Vegas. You know, he's still the champ, still look the same, but the wear and tear, but it's glad to see him up and moving around, man.
All right, he heavy.
Yeah. He looked like he looked Mr. Meal.
Yeah, because most of us when we start getting, you know what I'm saying, we start getting getting up in that age, we start eating. And we ain't working out trying to take that weight off, so it gets big.
If you're eating, that means you can lift the fork to your mouth, and that's good. That's good.
If you lift a fork to your mouth, you can definitely do a push-up.
Yeah.
Yep. I can do a push-up. A few. That's it.
I still work out.
How
I don't spar. I don't spar at all, but I work out.
No, I can't spar.
How come you don't spar? I said, if I was sparring, I'd beat your ass. But the thing is, I'm not trying to hurt my brain no more than it already is.
Oh, wait. You know what?
I ain't got nothing to prove.
You know what I need you to do, Freddie? Tell us the Trevor Burbick story.
Oh, God.
Joe said, oh, God.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Trevor was, I thought he was cool people because we got along pretty good. And then I came to the gym one day and he sparring with this young kid. The kid got to be about 18, 19. He's getting ready. He's trying to make the Olympic team, and everybody says he got a good shot to make it. And Trevor just went to work on him and beat him up. And he was a small heavyweight, about 200 pounds, and Trevor just went to work on him. And I heard that after that fight, he lost the next qualifier. He lost in the qualifier because he wouldn't punch. Because Trevor beat him up so bad he wouldn't fire back no more. So he was all defensive and he lost that fight. So I know Trevor ended up walking in my gym. I was training at this gym at Tropical Park in Florida in this little playground and shit. So Trevor comes in there, he's shadow boxing, talking about he needs sparring, and he needs to be with a fast fighter. So I walk in the door, and Trevor's working with one of these other guys. So he said, who is this? And I was like, you don't know me. He's like, no, I don't know you. I'm about to win the world champion. I said, give a fuck. I said, you don't know me. I don't know your fat ass. He was like, what? So I said, you heard what I said. And I said, he's talking about he needs sparring, he needs speed, and he got speed. So he sounded like he got a little heart, but I don't know because, I'm a heavyweight champ of the world. I bust out laughing. So I said, okay, whatever. So we sparred. And the first round, I was popping him with shots and ended up busting his nose. So he got mad and he started throwing haymakers at me. So I said, oh, you trying to hurt me? I said, let me show you what I can do. Man, I busted Joe. By the end of the fourth round, his shit was all busted up. He's going to talk about, he picked me up in the air because he got mad, picked me up in the air. I said, motherfucker, put me down. He, I'm going to throw your ass. So I got my arms around his neck. And I said, well, you go ahead and throw me. I'm going to take your head with me. So my trainer told him to put me down. And he set me down. That little motherfucker crazy, son of a bitch. He was cursing me out. I said, man, get your fat ass out of here. I said, don't be mad because the little man beat shit out your punk ass. I said, you heavyweight champ of the world, and I ain't even champ yet.
Freddie, how much did you weigh back then?
Shit out your fat ass. I said,
how much did you weigh back then, Freddie?
That's revenge on him.
Freddie, how much did you weigh when you sparred with Trevor?
Huh?
How much did you weigh when you sparred?
How much did I
weigh? Yeah.
That's funny. I weighed like 140.
Right. And he was like 80, 90 pounds heavier than you?
Maybe more than that. He was over 200.
Maybe more.
Yeah, he was over 200. And everybody said, nigga, you crazy. How the hell you gonna go in there and spar with that joker and didn't start talking shit? I said, man, you could have got hurt. I said, did I get hurt? No. I said, fuck him, man. I ain't scared of nobody. See, if I was crazy enough to do something that stupid, you know what I'm saying? Because that was stupid.
Yeah.
He's a heavyweight. He could have caught me with a shot and ended my career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my ego was so big. I walk in there, I said, shit, I'll take the world on. So I jumped in there with this joker and wasn't scared. and took him on. Did real well, and
it
I
takes
had a
Freddie
reputation as
and Larry Holmes to handle Trevor Berry.
Flying sticks off a car like Larry Holmes.
Yo, salute the big
He
snack
kicked
pack
me.
and super cat. Much love and appreciation. Oh man, that's
Larry
funny.
Holmes, he kicked me. He kicked me. Drop
That is
kick.
hilarious.
I
That
could have
is
tried that.
hilarious, man. You remember that?
Man, Larry Holmes drove off that car. He looked like Batman or something coming out of the.
Is that Larry Holmes?
All you saw was some black shoes and some white
You know my
socks.
favorite fight. You know what one of my favorite fights is, right?
Which ones?
Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield when he bit Holyfield like a little punk.
That was. Why is that your
I
favorite
couldn't
fight?
believe that.
Why is that your favorite fight?
I couldn't believe it happened. Who bites a man?
Andrew Galata.
I understand
Yeah,
the
Andrew
girl.
Galata.
At that level of championship boxing, who does that?
Yeah, that's
The
true.
ultimate
that level.
foul at that level. That's
I'm
championship
like, bro,
level.
this a man you in here working with. You gonna bite him? Are you kidding me? And damn, they took his ear off.
You got any Mike Tyson stories, Freddie?
But wait a minute,
Yeah,
before you go there,
They had
he bit Evander twice. He bit both ears, bro.
Oh my God.
I love the way Evander jumped and started stomping and everything when he got bit. I was dying laughing.
That was funny. That was funny.
I said, this guy bit this man. I couldn't understand.
Evander said his initial thought was he was going to do a flying kick on Mike. That's when you saw him jump up and stomp in the ring. Right. He said his first initial reaction was to do a flying kick on Mike, but he realized he had to hold his discipline, but Mike didn't.
Only in boxing.
Boxing is crazy, man. I mean, totally crazy.
Yo,
hey, speaking of biting, somebody mentioned Galata. Did you guys see that fight with Galata and Samson Poole?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, what about the fight with the other boy that was crying? What's his name?
Oliver McCall.
Oliver McCall.
Yeah. Started crying.
And Lennox Lewis.
Started crying and shit in the ring.
And Oliver McCall used to give Mike Tyson that work.
Next thing you know, he get hit with a couple shots and he turned around, he crying. I'm like, what the hell going on here? I said, this man must have lost. I was like, you in there crying because you in a fight. And I said, shit, all I want to be is in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Because in those days, I was completely nuts. I wanted to fight all the time and everybody. I didn't care if he was a middleweight. I called out what we was just talking about that's having issues now, the middleweight.
Jermaine Taylor.
We was in the gym. I called his punk ass out, and we got in there sparring. I beat the hell out, and was telling him. I said, "Yeah, because he started trying to nail me because he said he was gonna work with me, and then when I was able to catch him with a couple of jabs, he started firing. So I said, "Come on, man, you don't want to go at it with me, bro. Just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let's just work." He said, "Oh man, fuck that." So he started talking shit. So open up. Chopped him up. And he got mad and wanted to fight. We almost got in. Then people jumped in the ring and all that shit. Like, nigga, y'all come to my gym and y'all and everybody comes to my gym and try to jump on me and try to beat me up. And
you had a lot happen in your gym.
You ain't got a chance. All of a sudden, they turn into a real fight. I said, you don't understand. A real fight is worse for you, bro. It's not worse for me. He's like, he got mad, coming here, fuck it, all that, So I was like, whatever, man.
Freddie Jim Dangerous.
He ain't gonna do shit.
Goddamn.
I used to love it, man. Anybody come in my gym, I used to stomp on them. They got attitude. Man, I knocked down so many guys. I went to this other gym.
Hold on, Freddie.
Yeah.
Hello?
Big Drew?
Yes, sir. I'm merging you in. Well, you never know, man. The stars just keep coming. They just keep coming.
Who is What's his name?
Who on the
Mark
line?
Breeden.
Who on the line?
Mark Breeden, and I put him down. I ain't knock him down. I beat him up.
Jason, that's you? That's you on the line, Jason?
Jason Papillon, yes, sir.
All right. All right. So we got Pito, we got Jason, we got Freddie. What's up, Jay?
I'm cooling, brothers. What's happening with y'all?
What's up, Jason?
We good, man. We talking boxing, man. Good to hear you. Good to have you back.
Man, I'm glad to be here, man.
Y'all know Jonathan told me that you want to holler at Freddie.
Freddie Pendleton.
Yeah, that's me.
What's up, Freddie?
I'm good. Yeah, you probably don't remember. I'm getting a little too happy because I'm remembering smacking people around, so I'm a little happy right now.
I missed that.
Oh, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, but you and I, we crossed paths a few times, man, at the fights, man.
We did?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me, but I was always with Roy Jones, man. I was one of Roy's.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Roy cut me down though. I don't know why he did it, but he cut me off.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he cut me off big time. I guess
If
I wasn't big enough for him.
If Roy wasn't such a rock star, I'd call him on the phone right now. I got his number.
You ain't lying.
He might be in Russia though,
Me and him were tight for a minute. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, he ain't talking to me.
Wow.
I guess I was too small. I wasn't big enough to talk to.
Oh no!
So he was doing me bad.
That's what it was.
What was it? I didn't smack him. He was one of the only guys I ain't threatened.
Oh, for real?
Every other fighter I met, I threatened.
You threatened him?
Yeah, I told Jimmy before I was gonna murder his ass. And he laughed it off.
You and I met. You never threatened me. Thank God.
Yeah, but we wasn't going at each other. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't about to fight each other, nothing like that. So
not at all.
I mean, fighters. I didn't like fighters at all.
Right.
They didn't have. Most fighters understand that we're going up against each other. But you ain't gotta be all up in people's face and all that kind of stupid stuff. Be respectful.
Respectful, yes.
Yeah, be respectful. Everybody would always come up on me talking crap and trying to get up in my face. And I told one guy, I said, bro, your breath stinks. You better step back.
You see, Freddie, now I need you to tell the Zab Judah story.
Oh, man.
When that punk ass was talking shit about me. Excuse my language. I walk up at him at a fight, and he's telling me, man, Freddie Pendleton, I'll be all of them punk ass thinking that another, naming names and put my name in.
Oh, my.
I said, hold on, bro. I said, well, you said you can beat me? Oh, no, I was just telling anybody, I was just talking about doing good and everything. I said, I heard you, bro. You said you could beat me. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, let me tell you something. I'm the USBA champion, and I'm the #1 contender in the world. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a deal. You can set up the fight right now. I'll defend my USBA title against you. You know what I'm saying? You win, you're going to take the belt and my #1 position, and you're going to fight for the world title first.
Right.
So let's get it done. No, man, I ain't talking about fighting you. I said, no, what the fuck you mean? You just told these people you could beat my ass. So why the fuck you ain't talking that shit now? I didn't say that. I was talking about these other guys. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm out of here. And I walked off. I mean, he just, how these young boys are, man, when they out there and he was getting a big name for himself and everybody was talking about he was going to be world champion. And they were right. You know what I'm saying? He won the world title, but I knew that he didn't have the heart to hold on to it.
Right.
Or the chin.
And you saw what he did. Constantine told everybody. Two promoters I worked with kept calling him, asking to fight me. You know what Constantine said? He said, why y'all keep calling me to fight Freddie Pendleton? I ain't fighting. Fuck Freddie Pendleton. I ain't fighting him. That motherfucker, I'm not fighting him. And start calling me and hung up the phone on the motherfucker. Then Don called me. I got a fight for you right now. I got Freddie Pendleton ready to go. He hung up on Don.
Oh shoot.
Well, I guess that makes sense because Vince Phillips knocked Constantine out with right hands, and Freddie had a damn good right hand.
I would have crushed him. He knew I would have crushed him. He didn't want nothing to do with me. He told Don when next time they talked, he told Don, look, I'm not coming there, but I'm not coming back there no more. I'm staying over here. So I don't know what you're gonna do about my promotional agreement, but later and hung up on it. Wow. So he left Don King for that shit. I was like, damn, how the fuck he got a promotional deal? He can't just walk away like that, but he did.
Uh-huh.
He did.
Cause he had he's like, shit, I'm over Australia. I ain't give a damn about what's going on over there. I can fight here or anywhere else. I ain't gotta fight in America. Yeah. And in the title, you know, whatever title he was trying to fight for, they ain't care.
So that's why Zab ain't fight you. so Zab drew the duck, and this is a prime Zab. He ducked for the penalty.
So everybody, he ducked me, he ducked a couple other guys. But Zab is just Zab. One thing about Judah I like about him is he's very fast. He's very, very he's hard to hit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he just don't have the cojones. That's all you can say. He don't have it. You know, he getting a war, it's over. If it gotta be a knockdown drag out, he gonna quit.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason.
And that's what everybody knew about, and that's why everybody said nobody was worried about fighting him.
Things don't go his way, yeah.
Hey, Jason.
If he ain't beating you up every round, he gonna quit.
Let me ask you. Your son Keon, when's his next scrap?
Sir.
When is his next scrap?
Well, we waiting on the date right now. It should be either early March, either March or April. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the date.
I need you to get him on here, and we're gonna promote the hell out of him.
As soon as we get a date, I'll be calling you back.
That's right. We putting together a panel of second and third generation fighters.
Great, man. That's great. Man.
Ain't nobody, don't nobody in old media want to deal with y'all until they see like dollar signs with y'all. And when I say dollar signs, they're saying, I think we could make some money off this motherfucker right here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
And if I'm gonna say anything good about the fighters today, I'd like to say that they're more conscious about what they're doing with their own bread. The bad part is they're not giving back. They're not giving back to the boxing community because everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's we gotta try to get together and set something up to help these fighters who fall through the cracks. We got to do something about that.
Yeah,
I know too many
fighters walking the streets.
I gotta say salute the Scrapbook Boxing. He's in the chat. That is the historian, the boxing historian on YouTube. Him and salute to Kurt Sugar. Scrapbook Boxing in the chat. Salute. That's one part of the three wise men of boxing. I got one on the panel right here. Stormy B, man. Scrapbook Boxing. Kurt Sugar. Yes, sir.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's great about this show, and this is what I love about boxing. When you hear these stories, you know, I didn't know that Freddie Pendleton beat Trevor Berbick's ass in the gym. Trevor Berbick, former heavyweight champion of the world, who outweighed him by 100 pounds. I never knew that, and I love those stories.
Hopkins.
And Hopkins.
Talk about the Hopkins.
Oh man, tell the Bernard Hopkins story.
Damn, I almost forgot that.
And that's confirmed.
Yeah, he walked in my gym. Another fool walked in my gym.
Why do these people keep walking into your gym?
All that, and then they say he sparred with this young kid. He sparring with a 17-year-old, beating him up, and I'm looking at him like it was Mighty Mouse little brother. Mighty Mouse little brother was like 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Big, but he was fucking 15. I was like, how do you box a 15-year-old? I don't care how big he is. He's 15.
Yeah,
he's banging on him, and his brother came out of the ring and was crying. I'm like, oh, that's some bullshit. So I got him. So they told me to get in the ring. I was like, man, fuck him. I ain't sparring with that pussy ass nigga. And he was like, oh man, what y'all? He said, man, why you acting like that? I said, nah, he beat up on a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't come here to get no fight. So I said, let Bernard go and do what he do. I don't need this. So I started working out, and the guy come over to the bag and said, come on, Fred, they really need you to work out. He get ready to fight Roy Jones, and this another, you know. So I said, okay, you know, he can already fight Roy Jones, and Roy, if he's fighting Roy, he's gonna need help. So I sparred with him, and after the first round, I just kind of boxed him with, you know, I was out jabbing him and slipping punches and jabbing him, and he got pissed off. Came out the second round throwing bombs. So I said, bro, chill. You know what I'm saying? We just working out. It's a sparring session. The fuck is wrong with you? Right, man. Sure. Well, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, come on, bro. So I'm working out, and he started opening up again. So I said, bro, I can put you up on them ropes, and your punk ass won't get off them. He's like, what? Man, please. So I backed him up to the ropes, and I just fired on him and wouldn't let him get off the ropes. And he couldn't get off the ropes for the rest of the round. Now I walked back to the corner and didn't even say nothing. And then come out for the next round, and I just outboxed. Made him look real bad. And he was pissed off because they had a few girls in the gym. You know how these guys show up for these women. Me, I'm just crazy. It don't make no difference. I just go off on you anyway because it's just something to do. You know what I'm saying? So when I was fighting, I just wanted to destroy everybody and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
you had that killer instinct, man.
I didn't care. I was like, shit. I didn't care if I got knocked out. You knocked me out. That's your best.
You got in there. When, like, you gonna get me or I'm gonna get you.
And
when
I loved it too, boy.
When did fighters?
One thing about not fighting, you know, your career being over, that shit don't last long enough, bro.
Hey, Freddie.
I still want to get in the ring and knock somebody out. I just can't do it.
Freddie, when did fighters learn not to come into your gym and talk shit and get in the ring with you?
They didn't.
I know that. I know
so many fighters that come in there talking crap.
This is like a show. This is a show, like Freddie's gym.
I had a guy come off the street. He was a bodybuilder. I mean, built like a rock.
They never work out.
Who y'all got in the gym to spar with me?
Never.
So, you know who? Oh, damn, what's the guy's name? He used to run Fifth Street Gym. He used to be the top trainer for Fifth Street Gym. He was a great fighter too.
In Philadelphia?
No, in Miami. Fifth Street Gym in Miami. I can't remember his name, but he was a great fighter. And he said, wait a minute. He said, who you got in here my size that can box me? And he laughed. He said, Fred, come here. I was like, I come over and this guy built like a truck. So he's like, but we the same height. So I'm like, what's up with this? He said, oh, you and him gonna spar. I said, why the fuck I gotta spar? Why you every time somebody walk in here, you gotta put me in the ring? He said, man, just get dressed. So I get dressed and we get in the ring and shit. And the guy jumped around like he's ready to go. And the first round started, and that man couldn't see nothing but jazz smacking him in his face. He was so frustrated after the second round. He was so frustrated, he got out the ring. Damn, man, this is not what I thought it was.
Nope. Bodybuilders never work out. I've seen bodybuilders come in there and get beat up by old fat guys.
He was tired as hell.
Yep.
The man was breathing like somebody had pulled his lungs out or something. I said, Jesus, man, what the? You know, he was like, you know, he thought he was just gonna go in there and whoop on a brother. And when he figured out that he was wrong, he didn't know what to say or what to do. He just got out of the ring. When he was so tired, he got out of the ring and said, man, shit, I ain't even see him again. And, I mean,
they all think they can do it till they get in there.
It's bad.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I try to tell people that shit. Boxing look easy. Jump in that ring and see how easy it is.
It's not. I've seen so many people make that mistake. They get in there. The first thing they do when they throwing all these punches, they're not breathing when they punch. So about 10 seconds into the match, they're out of breath. It's the worst feeling in the world when you're so tired that you can't hold your hands up. That's the worst feeling in the world. When you see punches coming at you,
I had a boy. I sparred with a middleweight that did that. Came in the gym. He boxed a little bit, you know, when he was younger, and he told me he gonna jump in the ring with me. Cause he was tall, he was, you know, tall middleweight, and I said, bro, you really want to do this? He said, yeah, man, you ain't no Jay. So he jumped around. I hit that joke with a left hook. He almost went down in the first round. I was laughing. I said, man, you know, you sure you want this? I'm good. That's only one punch. After the first round, he got out.
Wow.
He didn't want no more.
I didn't
Freddie,
like that.
Freddie,
either,
Freddie could have a weekly show. Freddie could have a weekly show. Like someone said, Mr. Mechanical, you could have a weekly show where you just tell one story. You know how you'd have a show that would be on for years.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm getting Freddie some work, man. Me and Freddie working behind the scenes, man. Look for his merch. It's gonna say Freddie beats everyone. You're just gonna see a picture of Freddie on it. Freddie beats everyone. Fuck the world.
Yeah,
Freddie
but
beats
you know,
everyone.
like I mean, if you only got one story, you can only get one story, and y'all might as well, y'all wouldn't be able to put me on because I don't have nothing but stories.
Well, that's what I
so
mean.
many
You do one a week.
I got a million stories.
How old are you? How old are you, Freddie, right now? How old are you?
I'm good. I look about 38, but I'm 58.
You're 58. Well, you're almost a senior, bro. You're almost 60
I
years
am a
old.
senior, and I look good too. I look good.
How much you weigh? How much you weigh?
Please, I look good.
How much you weigh? How much?
48.
What? Oh my
You in
God!
fighting shape.
Damn.
He in fighting shape.
48.
You're in fighting
I'm only
shape.
talking about smacking people. What do you think? I ain't gonna be on fat bastard talking about hitting nobody.
Wow. That's fighting shit right there.
Exactly.
Freddie could make
I
weight.
try to stay there. I try to jog. I went jogging this morning.
That's what's up.
Everybody on my block watch me
I mean-
run up and down and call me. I forgot what they call me. They call me the running man.
Now, Freddie, are you disabled or did they are you can you still fight?
I can fight if I have to, but I'm not trying to. I don't want to get in the ring no more. I had 79 fights. I don't want to fight nobody else. I just want to smack people. That's all.
Unfortunately, I had to retire because of dementia, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
I have issues. I have plenty of issues, but you know, I try to take care of myself. So, you know, the older I get, you don't get, you know what I'm saying? I don't get to be where I have to be taken care of and all that kind of stuff. So, I see doctors a lot.
your memory is good because you remember sparring. Listen, I don't remember what I did yesterday. I'm not even joking.
I remember almost everybody I sparred, all the guys I sparred. You know, some memories are sketchy. I can't remember certain things when certain fights took place. You know, but other than that,
I'm just staying there.
I got a request. I got another request from the brother Bruce Goes, man. Salute Bruce Goes. He wants you to talk about the Roger Mayweather story.
Oh man.
oh God,
Oh man.
that's too long, man. That'll be half the show. You know what I'm saying? Roger Mayweather was a wacko. I mean, he was a complete crazy nut. I mean, everybody think all these other guys are crazy because they do their shit in public. No, Roger does his shit in public and in private. He don't give a damn. He don't. I mean, Roger will cut up in front of every and anybody. He once got mad at me. We went out to go to a club. We met two beautiful girls. He didn't want to deal with the girl that both girls were beautiful. He wanted the one that wanted me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this fool? The girl made her choice. She wanted to dance with me. So we started dancing. We started talking, and I'm trying to work my shit. You know what I'm saying? And Roger keep coming over asking to dance with. And I'm like, bro, you know, why you don't, try to get the hell up out of Dodge and let me go ahead and talk to this girl. Oh man, you know why you can't dance with the other one? I said, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here, man. So he walked out. Cause the other girl was cute. I was like, why he didn't want to bother with her? He want to bother with the one that wanted me. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But that's how Roger was. He's always first. And if he thought the girl looked better than the other girl, he had to have the best looking girl there. Yeah. I was like, this nigga crazy. You know, I'm about to smack him in his face real quick. You know, because he would always tell everybody he beat me up. And I said, bro, I've been whooping your ass in the gym since we started. You know what I'm saying? So why you want to try to lie to somebody? And then when he had people come take pictures, I flew in that day and came to the gym and he made me spar. And you know, in California, you know, California and Vegas, you have to wait a few days to get acclimated to that weather.
Yeah.
So he knew that I was gonna get tired, so he made me spar that day. And all of a sudden, conveniently, a reporter walks in and is taking pictures of it. So he said, I didn't know he was coming. Then it's in the papers the next day. Roger Mayweather said that, you know, he was sparring with Freddie Condon, and he says that, you know, he beat Freddie Condon, even though Freddie Condon beat him in a real fight. He said that he get Freddie Condon back every day. He beats him up every day. So, and then he puts a picture of Roger hitting me.
Oh shit.
So I said, oh, hell no. I came in the gym. I said, Roger. And Roger said, well, I said, this is what's going to happen, you punk ass motherfucker. I said, I'm going to beat your fucking ass every damn day until you get rid of me. Either fire me the fuck right now or that's what you got to deal with. Every day, I'm going to be trying to kill your ass. I ain't going to be trying to just beat you up. I'm going to be trying to kill you. I said, so if I can commit murder in that ring right now, that's going to be you. I said, so you might as well tell yourself right now, if you're going to deal with this shit or you're going to fire me. Because I don't give a shit. And that was the last time he ever brought me in the sparring. He gonna set it up, try to make it look like he beat me up all the time. I said, oh, this nigga, because when you get to Vegas, you can't be just going out there running track and all that kind of shit. You got to try to breathe. That shit is hard. It takes at least 4 or 5 days to get yourself together.
It's a lot of mountains.
Yeah, man, I was, and that's where we go jogging in the morning in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And this mother, man, I couldn't believe he did that. The first day I got off the plane, he told me, I'm gonna spar that day. So I'm wondering, why you insisting on sparring the day? Every day, every time I come, I wait for 5 days, ain't no problem. Then all of a sudden the reporter walked in. Now I know what the deal is.
Mm-hmm.
Then I confirmed it when I bought the paper the next day. I'm flipping through it, and I go to the sports section, and here's my face on there getting hit by Roger.
It's fucked up.
I was going to that gym. Yeah, I got there early. I was there early waiting for that bastard to come in.
I want to send a salute to Birdman in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He says Price is live. Yo, let me go to real quick. Let me go to Jason.
Yes, sir.
What's your weight right now?
My weight right now, 190.
Because I saw a picture of Winky Wright, and he's looking kind of chunky now. I think you could get him. I think you get him now. You still working out?
I work out every day. I train my son.
Hey man, that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
That keeps me busy, man.
Yeah,
you're better than me, bro. Because I wouldn't let my son box.
No.
Yeah, because I said my son was bad. That boy could fight. He was a lefty, and he could fight. And I was like, oh hell nah, you ain't doing this shit. It was like my ex was asking me why I wouldn't let him be a fighter. I said, because I put my life on the line every time I step in that damn ring. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of issues going on with me now. This kid is way better than me. You know what I'm saying? I want his life to be way better than mine. I want him in school. I want him getting his education. I want him to build his own business and go from there and just keep going up as high as he can take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him in the ring banging heads with nobody.
Well, you know, Freddie, how old is your son?
Now he's 25.
Oh, well, mine's is 24. Once they make that age, so we can't make that decision for him, and that's what they want to do.
I told him when he got older, if he wanted to fight, he could. But he's gonna have to make that decision when he gets older. Right, exactly. And he decided that I was right.
Mine made that decision at 16 years old,
Yeah, I mean, you can't make a decision for them. But when he was younger, I told him everything. I told him how to box. I told him everything about boxing. And I told him, son, I don't want you. This is not what I want you to do. You know what I'm saying? You're a smart kid. You're an intelligent kid. Go out there, get your school, and go as far as you can. You know what I'm saying? And then build your own business.
Right.
And that's what he's working on now. And that's what I'm working on. I'm working towards mine to get my stuff off the ground. And I got a guy waiting for me to come to Florida so we can open up a gym together.
All right, so here's a question. If I had a $5 million check and I handed it to any one of you guys, what would you do in the sport of boxing? Blank check.
I start my own promotion. That's what I do, because I'm going to do it anyway.
Right. Jason, what about you?
I'd probably do the same. I'd start promoting, possibly getting them to manage these fighters better than we were, and give them a better outlook on the boxing after boxing.
Mhm.
You know, that's what I would do.
Pito, what about you?
Well, I definitely fight for that union that we definitely need.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's never gonna happen because we talk about it, but we don't do nothing about it.
Right.
Boxing, like right now, I'm disabled. You know why I get money? Because I had a regular job while I was fighting.
See?
So I paid my taxes.
Mhm.
I get money from IRS, not because of boxing.
Yeah. So you're one of the fighters I'm talking about. You had a conventional job, and you know.
I did the same thing. I had 2 jobs really. I used to work. I used to work at the gym, and I used to work at Walmart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When I was champ of the world.
I was working at McDonald's, bro.
yeah. It's like any job. I love working.
Yep.
And I like to keep busy. I don't like to be standing around, sitting around all the time in my house or whatever. And my ex-wife hated that. She didn't think I was home enough. I said, what the hell I look like? You know what I'm saying? I'm making that money. I said, if I want to stay in the money, I got to keep working.
Yeah. No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? When I fight, I put that money away. You know what I'm saying? And I give you a little piece so you can shut up and go ahead and spend your little whatever. But I'm going to go and keep working. So the money that's in the bank gonna stay in the bank, and I'm gonna be spending the money that I get from working.
Right.
So that way, I always keep money. So I'm not using the money that I'm making. You know what I'm saying? So, but then that didn't last, so I moved on. But I'm still trying to do my thing, trying to get the business that I'm working on off the ground. I still want to work with fighters. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working with younger fighters now. And that's what I like, working with the young kids.
That's what I do.
Yeah. If they decide to box, good. If they decide not to box, that's good as well.
Yep.
Well,
We run a nonprofit.
I don't know the legalities, if that's even a fucking word, behind boxing. As that word pertains to boxing, I don't know shit, but I would put something aside as far as a pension was concerned, because the term union, I mean, listen, boxing has always been ran by a bunch of fucking gangsters. To this day, it is. Those are the guys that make the decisions, and I honestly believe that they still got guys that'll pay you a visit, like, for better words, like, yo, you about to do this now? You're not gonna do this. You're gonna do that, huh? You're gonna do that, and because we know where your family live, and it's like, oh shit, it's like that. Goddamn, I'm just trying to help. So I think the term union, that scares people, but the term pension is non-threatening because that's something that the fighters will choose to participate in. It's a choice. You understand?
Yeah.
And they'll see benefits in it. You know what I'm saying? Not, even the guys, like I said, I probably would make a rule as soon as you make your first $10,000, you have to, well, it's your choice to now participate in this pension system, which could be beneficial to you in the future. You have access to free medical care.
What I'm gonna try to do if I can get this promotion started and get these guys involved, I'm gonna try to start a pension that it's not gonna tax the fighter.
Right.
I mean, if my promotion is successful, fighters gonna be making millions of dollars from me. I'm gonna treat them right. I'm gonna give them what they should get. If they main events and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna give them what they should get, and I'm still gonna be making money. That's gonna make me rich and whoever's working with me rich. You know what I'm saying? And then what I'm gonna do is make sure they definitely have something to sit back on when it's over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna bring in a group to work with my fighters and teach them what they need to know to be able to save their money. You know what I'm saying? To have that money put away so it's right there for you when you need it. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you get on hard times, we're gonna have a way to help you. We're not gonna just leave you out there and let you roll out on the street or something like that. Well, you see Duva this fighter that he had was making millions of dollars, and they end up on the street. How does that happen? And you sit back and say, well, he's on the street, but you're rich. But you let him stay out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when he was making all that money, you was enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, and then when he out there on the ground, on the street, living under bridges, don't give a damn.
It's sad. It's sad that happens. It is. It's sad because you know what? We fight real hard and perform, and at the end, if we can't perform, you're left on your own to deal with this.
First thing they do is start kicking you to the curb, tell you don't call them. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You don't get you get this secretary all the time and she hanging up on you.
I'm gonna say this about one thing about my promoter, Jimmy Burkfield. He's from Rhode Island. He looks out for me. I can call him right now and tell him, hey Jimmy, I can't pay my rent or something like that. That's one thing I give him. He will look out. And he's 2 hours away from me because he's in Rhode Island. You know, CES, but he will definitely. I just gotta give him a call, and he'll either get over here or he'll send somebody over here.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you got somebody better than I did, because the people I was with, these jokers are millionaires, and they're trying to screw me out of money. I'm like, bro, you're a multi-millionaire. Motherfucker's supposed to be worth $25 million, and you stealing from me? I said, damn, you bad. You know what I'm saying? You're a piece of garbage. That's how you want to steal from me.
A pension is so beneficial. The NFL has a pension, right?
Yeah.
If boxing formed a league, they can have a pension. But like I said, once you get the government involved in things, guys like Bob Arum and Don King and everybody else running, Lou DiBella, they're gonna have a problem.
Yep.
Because right now it's the wild, wild west. Why do you think we got all these goddamn belts flying around? I was trying to explain the game to my father. My father's old school. And once I started getting into silver champion, he said, what the fuck is that?
Right. You sound stupid trying to explain boxing.
Right? Yeah, it's hard. I'm trying to explain this to a new fan. They get disinterested.
And it makes them not want to watch.
Yeah, when Ali was champion of the world, there was no, he was champion. That was it. And then, you know, NABO, IBF, and the spring chicken title and franchise, all of these stuff, it makes no fucking sense. It's confusing. You can't explain this. You say, who's the world champion? Now, right now, you say, who's the world champion? You say, well, I would say Tyson Fury. He's the biggest champion. But wait, who's Usyk? He got 3 belts and Fury has 1. You're like, well, it's a lot going on.
I had an idea. I had an idea about boxing, about the top 10. Like, the top 10 should have every 6 months. Top 10 should have to go to a tournament to stay in the top 10 to prove that you belong there. So everybody from 1 to 10 got to fight. They got to match up with each other. You know what I'm saying? All weight classes. More money. And you get to see fights more often. You know what I'm saying? And then you get legitimate champions out of that. You ain't gonna have this
great idea.
Like these clowns, like the fights that Floyd be putting on with his boys, where they get in there with guys that really ain't no real top fighters. You know, you ain't gonna have something like that, because every time you turn around, you're gonna have to qualify to stay in the top 10.
Yeah. Here's the problem. You got a guy
I would like to get done.
Yeah, and you got a guy like Leo. You got a guy like Leo.
You want to stay in the top 10? You got to fight.
But here's the problem, Freddie. Like, you have Leo Santa Cruz, who's a featherweight champion. Somehow he's still a champion, and he hasn't defended his belt in I don't know how many years.
Yeah,
like 2 years, and he's still a champion. So your idea is a good one, but you can have champions be champions and not fight. So there's so many issues in the sport.
Yeah, and that would solve one of them, because you couldn't just sit in the ratings. You couldn't just sit in the ratings and get away with that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? You'll be getting a shot at the champion. You know what I'm saying? And either you win or you lose. but you would get moved out and somebody else would get moved in. You wouldn't be able to fight for the title, do well and just stay in the top 10. Nah, that don't work that way. You got to move down and let everybody else have a chance.
Yeah.
So
at least fight your way back up in there.
Yeah, because
Hey, is it past
they used to do
Sensei's
back in the day,
bedtime?
I was like, damn, how you stay in the top 10 for 10 years, which is what I did, but I fought everybody. All these other guys wasn't fighting nobody. They're fighting ducks, and they stand in the top 10. They stand number 2 and all this stuff. How you stay number 2? You ain't fought nobody with a name yet.
All right.
But you stay in the top 10. It's ridiculous.
It's boxing. Boxing has its own politics.
Tell me about it.
Yo, salute to Successful Hustler in that super chat. Much love. He said appreciate you guys in the chat. Panel salute, man. I appreciate you, man.
Right back at you.
No doubt.
Right,
I could do this all night. I love the sport that don't love us. But we gotta roll. Jason.
Yes, sir.
You got my math. I gotta get your son on here. Definitely.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? I want if you could like record the fight, you know what I'm saying? Get it to me. I'll get him on the show and we can promote the hell out of him. You dig?
As soon as I get a date, I will be calling you.
No doubt. I appreciate you. Pito,
man. I appreciate you guys, man.
Yo, no doubt, man. That's what we hear. We bring awareness. Pito, man. We're gonna stay in touch, man. And they don't seem like much, but you never know. We bring an awareness to everything that's going on that might turn the right head and something could get done down the road, man. But I'm glad to hear from you. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm glad that you're breathing in these times, because
I know, right?
We're doing bad as a planet, and that's a whole nother show. We're doing bad.
Yep. Yep. But knock on wood, I'm still here, and I'm doing okay. I can use a little help, but I'm alive.
No doubt, man. We're glad to hear from you, man. And Freddie, always, man. You and I talk. No doubt.
As always.
All right, you guys. I'll talk to you guys. George, let them know how they can find you.
I'm on YouTube just like everyone else. My name's on the screen. If you go to YouTube, you'll see what I do, and it's all boxing related. Because I grew up loving the sport, and hearing you guys talk, Pito and Freddie and Jason, that's what it's all about for me. That's what I love about the sport. I love the fighters, and I love the stories, and I love to celebrate the past. A lot of people think you shouldn't celebrate the past, move forward, forget about the past. No, especially in boxing, because it's got such a rich past. And even these stories, like Trevor Berbick getting his ass kicked and Bernard Hopkins, because these dummies keep going into Freddie Pendleton's gym and starting with him, and I don't get it. But that's what I love. I love to hear these stories, and man, this is it. Just hearing these guys talk, it made my week.
Yeah, man. This is what we do, man. We actually love this sport, man. It's not about these guys today with the jewelry and the cars. I care less for that. I want to see what you can do in that square circle. For real, man. Right. Ed, let them know how they can get in touch with you, brother.
You can reach me on Facebook, Anthony Carter, Instagram, Trick Nolte, and you see me here chopping it up with the Sensei and Drew, and even George with the legends, man. So that's how y'all can get in touch with me.
No doubt, man. Stormy, let them know how they can find you, brother. The Sensei, you all right up there?
Man, they gonna find me in the bed in a minute. But
I gotta be working 10 o'clock, man. I work tonight. I'm gonna lay down
you don't understand. Dude, I've done 5 streams since Friday night, bro.
Oh yeah, you've been putting in work.
Yeah, that's true.
And y'all think I be playing? I ain't playing. I'm for real. But yeah, everybody can find me right out here on YouTube, man. Stormy B Man is the channel. George, I suggest that you check me out.
100%.
Subscribe. I guarantee you will enjoy the content. And we got several shows going a week, but everything is primarily 8 p.m. Central, my time. But just check me out. I'm there.
100%.
No diggity doubt, man. Matter of fact, George and Stormy, y'all stand by when I end. I want to holler at you guys. I know, Trick, I know you got to go to work, brother. But y'all, salute to Sheena in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. She said, great.
You need me to hang out?
No, if you
I can hang out for a few more minutes.
Yeah, okay, no doubt. It said, great show, Drew, Stormy, Trick, panel. No doubt, man. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Y'all already know what it is. Drew Titan Bros on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. The fight party's on. So, yeah, we can go head over the trail in a bit. And I see y'all tomorrow, man. I got a chip to get off my shoulder. You ain't gonna miss this. Bullshit. We out.
Move!